So hello dear students, in this video I'm going to just explain how to perform the next experiment, that is the sixth experiment on BJT common base characteristics using the same virtual lab platform that we have used for many other experiments. So here, in order to perform this experiment on the BJT common base characteristics, we have used the same you can say virtual lab platform, and finally by pressing this simulation button you will just open up this window, and here you will find two links. One is for performing the experiment on BJT input characteristics, and the second one is for performing the experiment on BJT output characteristics. So we will press this first you can say link, and it will open up. The simulation tab will open up. So here, one by one, according to the instruction, we'll be performing all the steps. So initially we have to set the rheostat, that is RH1 as 1 ohm and RH2 as 1 ohms. So here again we'll be just changing the value so that your both the RH1 and RH2, that is these resistances, they come to 1 ohms, you can see here. So next step is to set the collector base voltage, that is VCB, to 1 volt by adjusting the rheostat RH2. So we will adjust the VCB, that is the collector base voltage, to 1 volt by adjusting this RH2. So it's 1 volt now. Here you can see this VCB is 1 volt. And then your VBE is varied by adjusting the rheostat RH1. Just like in the previous experiment, we will vary the VBE by varying RH1 in regular intervals. And we will note down the readings for the emitter current, okay, and the base emitter voltage, okay. And finally we will draw a plot of these two parameters, that is your emitter current and the base voltage, or you can say base emitter voltage. Fine. So that will be the input characteristics. Okay. So let's perform the experiment. Let's vary RH1 in regular intervals. So suppose we are varying it by 5 ohms. Then we perform this, we add to the table. The readings are to be added here by pressing this button. Then again at 10 ohms, add to the table. 15 ohms, okay, then add to the table, and so on. We will be then 20 ohms, add to the table, then 25 ohms, and so on. Will be, now I am taking some irregular intervals, but you have to take it, the changes, in regular intervals, and similarly keep on adding all the values in the table, okay, and then draw plot. In this way you will receive, or you can obtain the plot here, okay. So this is how you obtain the characteristic at VCE equals to 1 volt. Then you can now clear the readings using the clear button, and now set the collector base voltage, that is VCB, to 2 volts, then 3 volts and 4 volts respectively. by varying RH2. Okay. So this was same as we did for experiment number 5. So in this way you will obtain a set of curves, a set of readings at different you can say collector base voltages, and all these set of readings, they will give you the input characteristics. Okay. Then after this input characteristics, we can use the same tab for output characteristics. It will open up. Let the window open up, it's taking time. So in this way you will again obtain the simulation, you can say, window for obtaining the output characteristics. Then here, coming to the instructions, we have to again set RH1 equals to 1 and RH2 equals to 1 ohms. So here let us do it, 1 ohms, and this is again 1 ohms. Okay. Then we have to set the emitter current to 1 milliamperes by adjusting the rheostat RH1. So the emitter current, basically IE, has to be set to 1 milliampere. So this value has to be set to 1 milliampere by adjusting the value of RH1. Okay. So here we will adjust it in such a way that we obtain 1 here, IE. Okay. Now after this we have to vary the collector base voltage by varying the RH2 in regular intervals. So here we have to again note which value? Here note the readings of the collector current and the value of the collector to base voltage. Okay. And final output plot will be obtained in that way. So here you have to vary the you can say the rheostat RH2. So here you change RH2. Suppose we are changing it to 5 ohms. So whatever is the value of base collector voltage, it will be added here in the table. Then again change it to some 10 ohms. Here add to the table 15 ohms, then add to the table 20 ohms, add to the table. So you have to follow this, you have to change the value of RH2 in regular intervals. So now I'm just taking it randomly, and you have to take 10 readings, and then obtain the plot for output characteristics in this way. So similarly, again this was for emitter current equals to 1 milliamperes. Now you can change the value of emitter current by adjusting the rheostat RH1 to 2 milliamperes and take the whole readings as it was taken for the previous value, that is 1 milliampere. Okay. So in this way you will obtain a set of output characteristics for a BJT under common base configuration. So this experiment we have to note down like the other previous experiments and submit it with the record. Thank you.